right after this.
I'm going on 9 years
Ava?
old as well.
Ava?
Has there ever been a time where you regret signing up for the Iditarod?
No, I have to say not. I don't regret pretty much anything, but I mean, there's times when, you know, the snow conditions here are not, you know, are good enough to train on, so we have to travel quite a bit, like last couple of weeks we've been traveling, so that makes it more difficult because you gotta drop the dogs out of the dog box all the time and you know, let them out, and you get more one-on-one with them, but it's a lot more expensive to travel and train and stuff. So those are probably the only times where I say, okay, why am I doing this, or, you know, wish it would snow more, because yeah, we don't have hardly any snow here where we're at. It's pretty much just like ice pack right now. And yesterday it was like 40 degrees and rain. It's starting to rain a little bit right now, so it's kind of crazy weather.
Wow. Rhea.
Do you ever feel you're being cruel to the animals when you're racing?
We run into animals sometimes out on the trail, some moose and stuff. We start to see some, you know, Arctic fox, but nothing in the last couple of years that haven't really been a threat or dangerous to us.
Riley.
What was your biggest obstacle during one of the races?
I would say the wind. I don't like wind. I hate wind. And when you're going through, when you get on the coast and stuff, it's just, at times the wind could be 50 miles an hour, and there's no shelter, there's nothing there. You just kind of got to hunker down behind your sled and keep the dogs moving. The dogs will keep going, but I don't like winds whatsoever, and that's the biggest obstacle for me. It just kind of goes through your body, and how many layers of clothing you have on, it's horrible. I don't like it. Last year, leaving Unacleat and coming into Chatulik, which is probably about 30 or 40 miles into the race, we ran into a windstorm. It had to be like 70, 80 miles an hour. I mean, you couldn't even stand up hardly. And
wow.
Right then and there, I was just like, well, you know, why do I do this? But it's only a short part of time where you feel like that. I mean, you get days that are, you know, sunny or really cold and just clear and stuff, and that makes it much more enjoyable. But I'd say the wind is the biggest problem for me.
Yeah, we saw your picture after the race last year, and you could tell by the look on your face just that feeling of satisfaction and the fact that you persevered through something that most people could never even dream of doing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's when you hit the finish line, it's a happy finish, but again, it's really sad because you were out there with your dogs for that 11, 10, 12 days, and that's pretty much all you're with. And when it's over, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
In a way, it is. So because it's like you're with them the whole time, and you're taking care of them, and
yeah.
You're traveling, you know, across the Alaska range and all that.
Yeah. About how many hours of sleep total do you think you get when you're on the trail?
I'd say per day, maybe. I'd say probably 4 or 5 hours maybe a day, and that's it. If I'm lucky. Because like I'll give, for example, I won't make this long or anything, but you know, we'll pull into a checkpoint, and the first thing we do is, you know, we park our teams, we get straw, and we bed the dogs down, and we got to take off all the booties, and then we got to prepare the meal for them, and then we feed them, and then we have to go through like their paws and pads and stuff and make sure that, you know, they don't have any cuts or splits, and then, you know, you put salve on them or lotion on their feet, and then that's it, and then you go inside. You'll sleep for maybe an hour or two, and then you get up, and then you got to prepare their second meal for them. You got to feed them. Sometimes stretch dogs out or give them a massage if they are sore. Feed them, and then you got to pack all your gear up, and then you got to put booties back on the dogs, and then you go. So you don't get much sleep at all, like hardly, not much at all.
Yeah. Wow. You have another question? Okay, go ahead.
Do you have an Iditarod? What?
Do I have an Iditarod? Yes. Her name is Debbie Abrams, and they're from Austin, Texas, and that's my Iditarod. And that takes place tomorrow in Anchorage, and that's just the ceremony start, and then the real start starts on Monday in Fairbanks.
How are the Iditariders chosen?
The Iditariders are chosen by, it's an online bidding.
Okay.
And it starts, I think, at like $600 or $700 is what the lowest, and then it's just like a bidding war, and then whoever bids the highest gets to ride in your sled for the first 11 miles.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. So it's like a fundraiser type thing. It's that's how people. Yeah. It's how they get sponsorship. Just like we sponsored a dog, other people try to outbid one another for that. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, Whit.
Can you show us Brown one more time?
Yeah, sure.